The first ICBM started with the idea of Sputnik. Sputnik is the first artificial Earth satellite. The Soviet Union launched it into an elliptical low Earth orbit on October 4th, 1957. This was a big part of the ICBMs because it scared the American public into thinking that the Soviet Union could use Sputnik to launch missiles around the world. The missiles are called International Ballistic Missiles, or ICBMs. These missiles have a range of more than 5,500 kilometers. They carry several warheads, each of which can strike a different target, so they pose a huge threat. An example would be the Cuban Missile Crisis. To explain, in October 1962, an American spy plane photographed nuclear missiles being built in Cuba. President Kennedy wanted to keep this a secret from the Soviet Union and Cuba, and he placed a naval blocker around Cuba. Then on October 22nd, Kennedy spoke a speech nationally about the crisis. Then the U.S. demands that the Soviets dismantle the weapon sites in Cuba. And in return, the Soviets wanted the Americans to remove secret missiles from Turkey. Then later, on July 25th, 1963, there was a limited nuclear test ban. Due to the nuclear test ban, America has more time to focus on the space race. The space race was during the Cold War and was almost the start of a nuclear war. Countries such as the United States, Russia, Germany, and even China built and tested missiles. Then the United States and Soviet Union agreed in the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty, or START 1 treaty. The purpose of the treaty is to reduce the deployment of the ICBMs and attributed warheads. Even through all of this, America is still behind the Soviet Union in the space race. Since the Soviet Union put the first man in space, Yuri Gagarin, the United States is way behind. But 8 years later, the United States put the first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong. This put the United States ahead of everyone in the space race and made us number one.